Hey there, welcome to Violet's DIY Style. If this is your first time to my channel, I'm Violet and I hope you consider subscribing. And also, don't forget to click on that bell button so you can be notified every time I upload a new video. And if you enjoy this tutorial, don't forget to give me a big thumbs up and share with friends and family. So today, what I'm going to share with you is how I made these two beautiful home decor pieces using all Dollar Tree items and making them out of all wood pieces. So the first thing we're going to be making is our lantern. Now what you're going to need are 2 boxes of the building blocks, or if you can find the larger piece of the building blocks. I know some people have been finding those. I haven't. You might just need 1 box, and then you're going to need 1 of the wood cutting boards. And I'm just reusing one that I used for a previous project. That's why mine is painted black. But what you're going to do first is you're going to decide how many of these blocks do you want in order to make the height of your lantern. I went with 6 of these blocks. So what you're going to use to glue them together is wood glue and your hot glue gun. Now, if you decide to use just your wood glue, I would recommend you allowing them to completely dry before you go to the next step, because you don't want that your pieces to start breaking apart. But since I am very impatient and also for video purposes, I went ahead and added just a dot of hot glue in order for it to stay together for me to continue with the project. So once you're done adding all your wood pieces together, you're going to end up with 4 of them the same height. And then what you're going to do next after you make all of these together is you're going to glue them onto your cutting board. I know I've shared with you a few ways of making different kinds of lanterns using different projects, but I've never made one using all completely wood and using real wood where you could use it indoors or outdoors. I tend to make lanterns just for indoors, but I did want one for my patio that isn't covered up yet, so I did want to make sure that it would stand the test of all the different weathers here in Florida, the rain, and we don't really get that much cold, but the heat also. So that's why I was excited to kind of figure out how to make one using all real wood, especially using it from Dollar Tree. Of course, you can make different lanterns using different items from other stores, but not all completely Dollar Tree. So that's why I was super excited to make this for you guys and share it with you. So again, what you're going to do after you make all 4 of your stacks together of your wood, you're going to glue them to the ends of your cutting board. And again, I'm just using wood glue and hot glue. So I just hold it in place just to allow that hot glue to dry a little bit before I go to the next one. So you continue doing this with all 4 of them. So once you're done gluing everything together, go ahead and set this aside and allow it to dry, just to give that wood glue a chance to dry a little bit. Then what you're going to do is go ahead and grab the rest of your wood blocks, and you're going to glue 3 wood blocks together, and you're going to make 7 of these. And then you're also going to glue 4 blocks together and make 2 of those. And don't worry, I'll make sure to leave the exact amount of blocks I used and everything down below in the description box for you guys. So once you're done making all of your sticks together and gluing everything together, just go ahead and allow that wood glue to dry for at least a good 10 minutes. I did use hot glue, but I just wanted to make sure that that wood glue did have a chance to dry as well. Then what you're going to do is you're going to grab one of the pieces that you glued 3 of the stacks together, wood pieces together, and you're going to glue it to the shortest side of your cutting board. And you're going to do that to both sides. And as you can see, I glued them on top of the wood pieces that are already there, or my 4 corners. Next, you're going to grab the two wood pieces that you glued 4 blocks together, and you're going to glue them to the opposite sides, which is the longest piece of your cutting board. And you're going to glue them towards the inside of your wood pieces that are already onto your cutting board to make a frame on the top part of your lantern. Now, typically what I do is from here, I just make some kind of cover to make the top part, and I leave it as is. But this time I wanted to make it look more of a house style lantern. So what I did was I grabbed the rest of the blocks that I glued together, which are the 3 stacked together, and I made 2 V shapes, and then I'm gluing those, attaching them together with one of the 3 pieces of wood again, to form kind of like the frame of a house or the rooftop of a house. Once I was done with that, I went ahead and glued that part to the top of my lantern to frame and make it look like a house. So just allow everything to completely dry, and once you're done with it all drying, what I decided to do was I decided to get the rest of my building blocks and just glue it onto the ends of my corners where the frame of the lantern and my house, or the roof part, meet together, because it was just glued with that corner and I wanted it to be more secure. So I just added one of the blocks right on top. Now that's completely optional. You don't have to do that. Or if you don't want it to be that thick of a piece on top, you can just glue a popsicle stick right there as well, and it would lay more flat down as well. But to me, it didn't bother me the way it looked, because I wanted it to look more homemade and farmhouse style. So once I was done, just go ahead and wipe everything down and allow everything to dry, and then you can paint it the color of your choice. I'm just painting it with an off-white paint that I had on hand. But again, you can paint it any color you like, or leave it as is, especially if you have the cutting board that is just the natural wood color as well. How many of you guys have a lot of lanterns in your home decorated on every area like I do? I have these in my bathroom. I have them outdoors with this one now. And then I have them everywhere, basically kitchen, living room. I just like decorating them, adding candles in here, as well as frames of pictures, just all kinds of things. And I especially love decorating them for the holidays, because it gives me a designated area to add all my little arts and crafts and things like that for the holidays, and they can be displayed in a certain area where, you know, it just looks better to me when they're actually in a location all together. So that's why I use a lot of the lanterns and display trays and stuff like that. But let me know how many of you guys carry or use these everywhere in your home. So once you're done painting it, just go ahead and allow it to dry. So the next one we're going to be making, we're also going to use these Jenga blocks, as well as 2 of these trays that you can get at Dollar Tree. Now this one was really easy to make, and I was inspired because I'll make sure to leave the link somewhere around here as on top, and as well as a description box of a DIY that I did for my 12 days of Christmas for a hot chocolate stand. And the station that I made, I used some wood pieces as well, and I thought, wow, I know I can make something else using similar items to make it like a set. So this one basically is the set to that station of the hot chocolate that I made. And again, I'll make sure to leave it somewhere around here for you guys to go and check that video out, because it will look really pretty with this one together as a set. So as you can see, what I did was flip over my tray, and I glued one wood piece to each corner of my tray. Next, what I'm going to do is use my hot glue and wood glue to glue one of the Jenga blocks on the top of my tray on each corner. And I'm just going to do one corner and one side of my tray, not all four sides. So just go ahead and add that block to the back. This is going to be the back of your bottom tray. Now, while that's drying, go ahead and grab two of the blocks and you're going to glue them together. And then you're going to do the same for another one. And these are going to basically be your legs for the back of your tray. Now what you're going to do is grab another block and you're going to glue it in an angle or to make an L shape for the back stands, just like this. And you do that for both of them. And as you can see, I'm just gluing it to make sure that they're inwards. That L top part is inwards. So once it's all dry, you're going to go to the front or the back part of your second tray and you're going to glue your legs onto that back tray. Now just go ahead and allow everything to dry. And once it's dry, what you're going to do is you're going to grab your glues and you're going to put it onto the top blocks that you used on the bottom tray, and then you're going to stack that top tray right on top of them. And there you have the ladder style trays. And I decided to go ahead and get one more Jenga block and put it right in the center, just to give it more support in the bottom, just right there in the center. Because if you do put like perfumes or anything like that on here, you do want to make sure that it has enough support. So that's the way it looks. Now again, you can paint it any color you like or add anything onto this tray that you'd like. And I'm just going to stain it with this wood color that I have. It's like a dark walnut color wood stain that I have. I really don't even remember the color of it. But you can stain it any color you'd like or paint it any color you'd like. And again, you can use these everywhere in your home as a spice rack for, makeup, bathroom, to put your Q-tips, just anywhere. You always need that extra, storage and trays and stuff like that. I know I do. So like I said, I was really happy to use and make this because it does make it look like a complete set when I put it next to my coffee station stand and the hot chocolate stand that I made. So I'll make sure again to leave a link to that tutorial somewhere up here, as well as down below, for you guys to go and check that video out as well. And also let me know what you're going to use your trays for. Are you going to use them for your kitchen, your coffee station, like I said, or bathroom? Actually, I'm using these for my hot chocolate coffee station right now, but I am planning on using these close to my stove to put some of the spices that I use on a daily basis in them, as well as some other things that I use, like spoons and things like that, that I use a lot while I'm cooking. So that's where I'm planning on using mine. So once you're done staining or painting your wood piece, just go ahead and allow it to dry and decorate as you like. So again, I hope you did enjoy this tutorial, and if you did, don't forget to give me a big thumbs up and share with friends and family. It'll truly help my channel grow. Until next time, you guys stay blessed. Bye.